What if I told you that one of Southeast Asia's most breathtaking destinations is still overlooked by millions of travelers? A place where emerald mountains rise dramatically from the sea, where crystal clear islands float like jewels on turquoise waters, where roaring waterfalls emerge from ancient tropical forests, where one of Indonesia's most majestic volcanoes watches over an entire region that feels untouched by time. Welcome to North Lombok Regency, one of Indonesia's youngest regencies, yet home to some of the oldest natural wonders on Earth. This is not simply another tropical destination. This is North Lombok, a place where every sunrise tells a story, every mountain holds a legend, every coastline reminds us that paradise still exists. Located on the northern side of Lombok Island, in Indonesia's West Nusa Tenggara province, North Lombok Regency was officially established in 2008 under Indonesian Law number 26 of 2008 after separating from West Lombok Regency. Although it is the youngest regency in the province, it has rapidly become one of Indonesia's most extraordinary tourism destinations. Covering approximately 776.25 square kilometers, North Lombok stretches across an incredibly diverse landscape where towering volcanic mountains meet pristine white sand beaches and vibrant coral reefs. Its traditional motto, Tiok Tata Tunak, reflects the values and cultural identity that continue to shape local communities while embracing sustainable development and tourism. Geographically, North Lombok sits on the northern foothills of the legendary Mount Rinjani, Indonesia's second highest volcano, standing at 3,726 meters above sea level. This enormous volcanic giant dominates the skyline and provides life to the region. Its forests capture rainwater, its rivers nourish villages, its fertile volcanic soil supports agriculture, its towering presence has shaped the landscape for thousands of years. Without Mount Rinjani, North Lombok would not exist as we know it today. One of the mountain's greatest treasures lies hidden high above the clouds, Lake Segara Anak, a spectacular volcanic crater lake whose deep blue waters appear almost surreal against the surrounding black volcanic cliffs. Many hikers describe reaching Segara Anak as one of the most unforgettable moments of their lives. The journey is demanding, the climb tests endurance, but the reward is beyond imagination. Standing beside the lake feels like stepping onto another planet. Far below the mountain, another natural masterpiece awaits, the famous Sendang Gila Waterfall in Senaru village. Here, water crashes down from towering cliffs surrounded by dense tropical rainforest. Mist fills the air. The sound of rushing water echoes through ancient trees. Sunlight filters through the jungle canopy. It is a place where nature completely overwhelms the senses. Many visitors continue deeper into the forest to discover additional waterfalls, creating an adventure unlike anywhere else on Lombok Island. Yet North Lombok's greatest international fame comes from three tiny islands that have become icons of Indonesian tourism. The world knows them simply as the Gili Islands. Gili Air, Gili Meno, Gili Trawangan. Each island offers its own unique personality. Gili Air blends peaceful village life with crystal clear waters, perfect for snorkeling and diving. Sea turtles glide gracefully through colorful coral gardens only meters from the shore. Gili Meno is the quietest of the three. Often called the honeymoon island, it offers secluded beaches, calm lagoons, and extraordinary underwater sculptures that attract divers from around the world. Then comes Gili Trawangan, the largest and most vibrant island, a place famous for spectacular sunsets, lively restaurants, bicycle-filled streets, beachside cafes, and unforgettable marine life. Remarkably, no motorized vehicles dominate daily life here. Bicycles and horse-drawn carts remain the primary forms of transportation, creating an atmosphere unlike modern cities. The result is an island where life slows down and nature takes center stage. North Lombok's geography is remarkably diverse. Mountain ranges stretch from Bayan district all the way to Pemenang district, forming a natural backbone across the Regency. These mountains serve as giant water towers. Countless rivers originate from their slopes before flowing through fertile valleys and eventually reaching the surrounding coastline. These freshwater systems support agriculture, wildlife, and local communities, while maintaining the delicate ecological balance of the region. Its strategic geographic position has also played an important role throughout history. North Lombok lies adjacent to the Lombok Strait, one of the world's most significant international sea lanes. This maritime corridor connects the Indian Ocean with the Pacific Ocean and serves as a vital route for global shipping. Energy resources, commercial goods, and mineral exports regularly pass through these waters, making the surrounding seas important not only for tourism but also for international trade. Administratively, North Lombok consists of 5 districts and 43 villages. Among them, Bayan district covers the largest land area at approximately 329.10 square kilometers, while Pemenang district is the smallest with about 81.09 square kilometers. Despite these differences in size, every district contributes unique landscapes, traditions, and cultural heritage to the identity of North Lombok. The Regency shares its boundaries with the Java Sea to the north, East Lombok Regency to the east, West Lombok Regency, and Central Lombok Regency to the south, the Lombok Strait and West Lombok Regency to the west. These natural boundaries place North Lombok at the crossroads of marine biodiversity, volcanic landscapes, and Indonesian cultural diversity. The climate further enhances its beauty. According to Indonesia's Meteorology, Climatology, and Geophysics Agency, North Lombok experiences a tropical, wet and dry climate. Temperatures generally range between 22 and 32 degrees Celsius, creating comfortable conditions throughout much of the year. Like most of Indonesia, the region experiences 2 distinct seasons. The rainy season typically lasts from November through April, influenced by moisture-rich western monsoon winds that bring abundant rainfall. January and February are usually the wettest months, transforming forests into vibrant shades of green, while waterfalls reach their most powerful flow. From May through October, dry eastern monsoon winds dominate the region. July and August are generally the driest months. Blue skies become nearly endless. Ocean visibility improves dramatically. Marine biodiversity becomes easier to explore. This seasonal rhythm creates ideal opportunities for hiking, diving, snorkeling, island hopping, and wildlife photography throughout different times of the year. Humidity generally ranges between 60 and 90%, supporting lush, tropical vegetation across the Regency. Towering coconut palms, dense bamboo forests, wild orchids, fruit trees, and countless native plant species thrive within this fertile environment. But North Lombok is far more than a collection of beautiful landscapes. It represents resilience. It represents harmony between people and nature. It represents a future where tourism can coexist with environmental preservation and cultural identity. Every visitor who arrives here discovers something impossible to capture in photographs: a feeling, a silence, a sense of perspective. Because places like North Lombok remind us that the greatest destinations are not always the loudest. Sometimes, the most extraordinary places are those that quietly wait for the world to notice them. North Lombok is not simply a destination on the map. It is one of Indonesia's greatest natural masterpieces, a place where volcanoes, waterfalls, tropical forests, coral reefs, and world-famous islands come together in breathtaking harmony. And perhaps the most remarkable part of all is this: despite its extraordinary beauty, North Lombok still holds countless hidden corners waiting to be explored. Some places change your itinerary. North Lombok changes the way you see the world. When you finally stand beneath Mount Rinjani, sail across the turquoise waters surrounding the Gili Islands, or hear the thunder of Sendang Gila Waterfall echo through the rainforest, you will understand why this remarkable corner of Indonesia deserves its place among the world's greatest natural destinations. The world has already discovered Bali. Now, it is time for the world to discover North Lombok. Yet the true soul of North Lombok cannot be measured by its mountains, beaches, or famous islands alone. Its greatest treasure has always been its people. For centuries, communities here have lived in harmony with nature, preserving traditions that have survived generations of change. The indigenous Sasak culture continues to shape daily life across the Regency. Traditional ceremonies, local craftsmanship, music, dance, and customs remain deeply rooted despite the rapid growth of tourism. Walk through the villages of Bayan and you will discover one of Lombok's oldest cultural centres. This is where history breathes. Ancient traditions are still practiced. Centuries-old customs continue to guide community life. The historic Bayan region is widely recognized as one of the birthplaces of Islam on Lombok Island. Here stands one of the island's oldest mosques, built using traditional architecture that reflects simplicity, spirituality, and respect for local heritage. Its wooden pillars have witnessed generations come and go. Its walls have stood through earthquakes, storms, and the changing tides of history. It reminds every visitor that progress does not require abandoning tradition. North Lombok proves that heritage and modern development can exist side by side. Agriculture also remains an essential part of everyday life. Beyond the beaches that attract international visitors, fertile valleys support rice fields, coconut plantations, corn farms, cacao, coffee, and a variety of tropical fruits. Every harvest represents generations of knowledge passed from parents to children. Farmers understand the rhythm of the seasons. They understand the mountain. They understand the rivers. Their relationship with nature is not one of control. It is one of respect. Fishing is equally important. Along the coastline, local fishermen continue to leave before sunrise. As the first rays of morning light touch the sea, colourful wooden boats glide across calm waters toward fishing grounds that have sustained coastal communities for generations. The ocean is more than a source of income. It is part of their identity. It feeds families. It shapes traditions. It teaches patience, and it demands respect. Beneath those same waters lies one of Indonesia's richest marine ecosystems. Colourful coral reefs stretch across the seabed. Hundreds of species of tropical fish dart through vibrant coral gardens. Sea turtles gracefully swim through warm currents. Reef sharks patrol the deeper waters. Occasionally, majestic manta rays pass nearby. Marine biodiversity around North Lombok has become one of the main reasons divers from around the world travel thousands of kilometers just to experience these extraordinary underwater landscapes. For many visitors, the first dive here becomes a lifelong memory because it feels less like entering the ocean and more like entering another world, one filled with color, movement, silence, and life. North Lombok is also a paradise for adventure seekers. Mount Rinjani is considered one of Southeast Asia's greatest trekking destinations. Every year, thousands of hikers from around the world challenge themselves to climb its rugged slopes. The journey is physically demanding. Steep volcanic trails, changing weather, thin mountain air, long hours of climbing. But every difficult step reveals another breathtaking reward. Dense tropical forests, open grasslands, volcanic ridges, panoramic viewpoints, the magnificent Segara Anak Crater Lake, and finally, if conditions allow, the summit itself. Standing above the clouds at sunrise is an experience that words struggle to describe. The sky slowly transforms from deep blue into brilliant shades of orange and gold. Nearby volcanoes emerge from the morning mist. The Indian Ocean glitters in the distance. Even Bali's Mount Agung can often be seen across the horizon. In that single moment, the world feels both incredibly vast and surprisingly peaceful. It reminds us how small we truly are and how extraordinary this planet really is. North Lombok has also demonstrated remarkable resilience in the face of adversity. In 2018, a series of powerful earthquakes struck Lombok Island, causing widespread destruction throughout the region. Homes collapsed, schools were damaged, roads cracked apart. Tourism came to an abrupt halt. Entire communities faced unimaginable hardship. For many places, such a disaster could have taken decades to overcome. But the people of North Lombok refused to surrender. Together, communities rebuilt homes, reopened businesses, restored schools, supported one another, and slowly welcomed visitors back with the same warmth and hospitality that had always defined the region. Their recovery became a powerful example of courage, not because rebuilding was easy, but because they chose hope instead of despair. Today, visitors who arrive in North Lombok witness more than beautiful scenery. They witness determination. They witness resilience. They witness people who transformed tragedy into strength. That spirit is perhaps the region's greatest attraction, because true beauty is not only found in landscapes, it is found in the people who protect them. North Lombok also plays an increasingly important role in Indonesia's vision for sustainable tourism. Conservation efforts continue to protect coral reefs. Environmental education encourages responsible travel. Communities participate in preserving forests and water sources. Local businesses increasingly embrace eco-friendly practices. The goal is simple: allow future generations to inherit the same natural wonders that exist today. Tourism should never come at the expense of nature. Instead, tourism should become one of the strongest reasons to protect it. This philosophy has become increasingly important as global travelers seek destinations that value sustainability alongside unforgettable experiences. North Lombok offers both: adventure without destroying nature, luxury without losing authenticity, modern tourism without forgetting tradition. That balance is becoming increasingly rare in today's world, and perhaps that is exactly why North Lombok continues to capture the hearts of everyone who visits. Think about this for a moment. Across our planet, countless destinations compete for attention. They build taller hotels, they construct larger resorts, they create louder attractions. But North Lombok chose a different path. Instead of competing against nature, it chose to grow alongside it. That decision has made all the difference, because the greatest luxury in the modern world is no longer excess. It is authenticity, it is silence, it is clean air, it is untouched forests, it is seeing stars at night without city lights drowning out the sky. North Lombok offers all of these. Imagine beginning your morning on a quiet beach. The sun slowly rises above the horizon. Fishing boats return with the night's catch. Children laugh as gentle waves reach the shoreline. Palm trees sway softly in the ocean breeze. There is no rush, no endless traffic, no towering skyline blocking the sunrise. Only nature reminding you how life is meant to feel. As the day unfolds, every direction leads to a different adventure. Head inland and the landscape transforms into rolling green hills, fertile valleys, and dense tropical forests. Drive a little farther and towering cliffs suddenly reveal spectacular coastal panoramas stretching toward the horizon. Continue climbing toward Mount Rinjani and temperatures become cooler. The air becomes fresher. Clouds drift between mountain ridges. Birdsong replaces the noise of engines. The scenery changes so dramatically that it feels as though you have crossed into another country. Very few destinations in the world offer such extraordinary geographical diversity within such a compact area. North Lombok does. Photography enthusiasts quickly discover that every hour brings different light. Golden sunrise paints the mountains. Brilliant midday sunshine reveals the turquoise colors of the sea. Late afternoon creates dramatic shadows across the hills. Then comes sunset, perhaps the greatest daily performance nature offers. Especially around the Gili Islands, the sky explodes with shades of orange, crimson, purple, and gold. The ocean becomes a giant mirror reflecting every color above. Silhouettes of boats drift peacefully across calm waters. People stop talking, conversations pause. Everyone simply watches, because some moments deserve complete silence. As darkness falls, another spectacle begins. Far away from large urban centers, North Lombok enjoys remarkably dark skies. On clear nights, thousands of stars illuminate the heavens. The Milky Way stretches across the sky with astonishing clarity. Constellations become easy to recognize. For many visitors from major cities, it is the first time in years they have truly seen the night sky. It is both beautiful and humbling. It reminds us that despite all our technology, the universe remains infinitely larger than ourselves. Nature has another lesson to teach here. Nothing exists in isolation. The forests protect the rivers nourish the valleys support the villages preserve local traditions, the traditions protect the environment. Everything is connected. North Lombok is a living example of this balance. Lose one part of the system and every other part is affected. Protect one part and the entire ecosystem becomes stronger. This is not merely geography, this is wisdom. Wisdom that humanity desperately needs in the 21st century. As climate change, deforestation, pollution, and biodiversity loss continue to threaten ecosystems around the world, places like North Lombok become increasingly important. Not only because they are beautiful, but because they remind us what is still worth protecting. Every healthy coral reef, every ancient forest, every flowing river, every nesting sea turtle, every traditional village. These are not obstacles to development, they are humanity's greatest inheritance. The future of tourism will not belong to destinations with the tallest buildings. It will belong to destinations capable of protecting what cannot be rebuilt once it is lost. Ancient rainforests cannot simply be replaced. Coral reefs require decades to recover. Endangered wildlife cannot be recreated. Cultural traditions disappear forever when the last generation stops practicing them. North Lombok understands this responsibility. Its future depends upon maintaining harmony between economic growth, environmental conservation, and cultural preservation. This balance will determine whether future generations inherit paradise or merely photographs of what once existed. Travel itself changes when you visit places like North Lombok. You begin arriving as a tourist, but somewhere along the journey, something changes. You stop checking your phone every few minutes. You stop worrying about deadlines. You begin paying attention again. The sound of waves, the scent of tropical rain, the movement of clouds across volcanic peaks, the laughter of children playing in village streets, the taste of fresh seafood prepared using family recipes passed down for generations, the warmth of people who welcome strangers as honored guests. These simple experiences become unforgettable memories because genuine happiness has never been complicated. It has simply become easy to forget. North Lombok reminds us. It reminds us that wealth is not always measured by skyscrapers. Success is not always measured by speed. Progress is not always measured by concrete. Sometimes the richest places on earth are the ones that have preserved what others have already lost. That is the quiet strength of North Lombok. It does not need to shout. Its mountains speak. Its forests speak. Its oceans speak. Its people speak. And together they tell one unforgettable story, a story of resilience, a story of beauty, a story of harmony, a story that deserves to be heard far beyond the shores of Indonesia. Because North Lombok is not simply one of Indonesia's greatest destinations, it is one of the world's greatest reminders that nature still has the power to inspire us, humble us, and ultimately transform us. There is another reason why North Lombok deserves far more global recognition. It sits at the crossroads of one of the most remarkable regions on Earth. Indonesia is home to more active volcanoes than any other country. It contains some of the richest marine biodiversity on the planet. It is a nation of more than 17,000 islands, hundreds of ethnic groups, and hundreds of living languages. North Lombok captures the essence of all of that diversity within a single regency. Few places can offer towering volcanic landscapes in the morning, tropical rainforests by midday, world-class coral reefs in the afternoon, and unforgettable island sunsets by evening. That is not marketing, that is reality. This remarkable diversity has made North Lombok one of Indonesia's most valuable natural laboratories. Scientists, conservationists, marine biologists, geologists, and ecotourism experts continue to study its ecosystems. Its volcanic soils support extraordinary biodiversity. Its coral reefs provide shelter for countless marine species. Its forests regulate water supplies that sustain thousands of people. Its coastlines protect fisheries that support local livelihoods. Every ecosystem performs a role. Every species contributes to a delicate balance. Nature wastes nothing. Everything has a purpose. And perhaps there is no greater classroom than nature itself. Mount Rinjani teaches resilience. Its rugged slopes remind us that the greatest rewards often require the greatest effort. The rivers teach generosity. They never drink their own water. Instead, they give life to every village they pass. The forests teach patience. Many of the trees standing today began growing long before any of us were born. The ocean teaches humility. No matter how advanced humanity becomes, the sea continues to command respect. North Lombok is filled with these quiet lessons. Lessons that cannot be found inside classrooms. Lessons that cannot be downloaded. Lessons that can only be experienced. This is why so many travelers arrive expecting only a holiday. They leave carrying something much more valuable: perspective. The pace of modern life often convinces us that faster is always better. more work, more meetings, more notifications, more consumption, more distractions. But North Lombok asks a different question. What if a meaningful life is not built by accumulating more? What if it is built by appreciating more? Appreciating the sound of birds before sunrise, appreciating conversations without looking at a screen, appreciating meals shared with family, appreciating communities that still know their neighbours, appreciating landscapes that remain largely untouched. In North Lombok, these are not luxury experiences, they are everyday life. One of the greatest strengths of this region is that every visitor can create a different journey. Some arrive seeking adventure. They climb Mount Rinjani. They dive beneath coral reefs. They kayak through calm coastal waters. They explore hidden waterfalls deep inside tropical forests. Others arrive seeking peace. They spend quiet afternoons reading beneath coconut trees. They watch the sun disappear beyond the horizon. They meditate beside the sea. They reconnect with themselves. Families discover safe beaches where children can play freely. Couples find romantic sunsets that become lifelong memories. Photographers capture landscapes that seem almost impossible to believe. Divers encounter vibrant marine life beneath crystal clear waters. Hikers discover breathtaking mountain panoramas. Every traveller finds something different, yet everyone leaves with the same feeling, a desire to return. That is the mark of a truly extraordinary destination. The world's greatest places are not those that impress you only once. They are the places that continue calling you back long after you have gone home. North Lombok possesses that rare quality. Its beauty lingers in your memory. Its people remain in your heart. Its landscapes become part of your story. Long after your footprints disappear from its beaches, North Lombok stays with you. As global tourism continues to grow, destinations face an important choice: pursue rapid development at any cost, or protect the very qualities that made them special in the first place. North Lombok has the opportunity to become a global model for responsible tourism, a place where economic opportunity strengthens local communities, where conservation protects fragile ecosystems, where cultural traditions remain alive rather than becoming performances for visitors, where development serves people instead of replacing them. This vision requires commitment. It requires thoughtful planning. It requires cooperation between government, local communities, businesses, scientists, and travelers. But the reward is immeasurable. A destination that remains beautiful not only today, but for generations yet to come. Imagine a child visiting North Lombok 50 years from now. Imagine that child standing beneath the same waterfalls, swimming beside the same sea turtles, watching the same sunrise over Mount Rinjani, walking through forests that remain alive, listening to stories that are still told by local elders. That future is possible, but only if today's generation chooses preservation over exploitation. Every visitor has a role to play. Travel responsibly, respect local customs, protect wildlife, reduce waste, support local businesses, leave every beach cleaner than you found it. Small actions multiplied by millions of travelers create extraordinary change. Because protecting paradise is not only the responsibility of governments, it belongs to all of us. In the end, North Lombok is more than a destination. It is a promise that breathtaking natural beauty still exists, a promise that ancient traditions can survive in a rapidly changing world, a promise that resilience can overcome disaster, a promise that humanity and nature do not have to be enemies. And perhaps that is why North Lombok deserves to be remembered, not simply because it is beautiful, not simply because it is famous, but because it reminds us of the kind of world we should be striving to protect. When future generations ask what paradise looked like, let us hope we can still point toward places like North Lombok, not as memories, not as lost wonders, but as living proof that when people choose stewardship over short-term gain, extraordinary places can endure. North Lombok is not waiting to become extraordinary, it already is. The only question that remains is whether the rest of the world is finally ready to discover it.